All right, we're gonna try our very best to get through this video. Just full disclosure, my voice is not 100% back. I'm recovering from laryngitis. I essentially had my voice box virtually closed and I couldn't talk properly. I still can't talk that well. I had to take a few days off of work, but that's not what you all came here for. No. You came here for one very specific reason, and that's to hear me talk about video games. So that's what we're gonna do. Now, Resident Evil GOG, right? GOG, I guess it stands for good old games. I'm not really sure. I'll be really honest. Quick little history. I never heard about this company ever in my entire life. I've been playing video games ever since I was a wee little child, and I am now 40 years old, and I've yet to hear about this company, but I was excited to hear that the original trilogy of Resident Evil 3 was going to be released in, PC format for everybody to be able to play it. Now, I know what you're all thinking, Neo, but this is ridiculous. The fans have already preserved this and we can already play this. Why would we want to buy a different port of it when we could already download it from the internet? Well, my good viewer, that would simply be for the fact that not everybody's going to do that. Not everybody has the ability nor the knowledge on how to download mods properly, getting the source file, adding a whole bunch of patches, making sure that you put the seamless HD patch, the Rebirth patch, all of that stuff, things of that nature. Not everybody is familiar with how to do that. Your average gamer is just a gamer. They just kind of turn on their console, they play their game, and they call it a day. Now, I was really excited when this came out, right? Because all three video games, 1 through 3, for like 20 something bucks. Why not? That sounds like a steal to me, honestly. Why wouldn't I want to play it? And you know what? Full disclosure, I did purchase it. Yes, I purchased the GOG version of Resident Evil because I wanted to have the trilogy. I never had the trilogy. Yes, I've played like modded versions of it and whatnot, but I never had an actual original copy of the trilogy. I never had it on original PlayStation and, whatever other hardware it came out on. I just didn't. I couldn't afford it at the time. I was really poor growing up, and this is just something that wasn't available to me. Now, I really wanted to like the GOG version. I really did, because I've already heard a lot of complaints, but I wanted to see it for myself, so I purchased it. And safe to say, it is probably the most inferior, one of the more inferior ways to play the game. And not because they didn't give it like super high res HD textured backgrounds, or they didn't make the character models look sharper or anything like that. No, the simple fact is because a ton of frames are constantly being cut while you're running through the course of the game. It feels weird. Your character is like skipping animations, and this game is 20 plus years old. I don't really see why that should be happening on a PC. It just doesn't seem like in the year 2024 we should be experiencing something like that. Now, granted, I will say this, they did do a lot of good things. Let's talk about some of the positives. One, they gave us the uncensored version of the game, which we've always wanted to see. A lot of people didn't get to see that version. 2, they gave us the intros in color, which is also really cool. And 3, they gave us door skipping animations. So, we can skip the door, the cutscene. We don't have to look at that stuff. It's skippable. These are all great improvements. These are all good quality of life changes, but their biggest downfall is simply the fact that they are missing frames when you're running throughout the game. Your character is literally skipping, which is kind of silly, and that's my biggest complaint. Now, I will throw them a bone, okay? I understand. This game wasn't released with the intent to release every single mod that every fan came out with and make it like the perfect modded game. No. The purpose was to release the original PC version in all its glory with slightly quality of life changes, which for the most part, they accomplished. Now, if you insert the classic Rebirth patch or mod in this game's folders, it will play better, okay? And if you do that, awesome. You can always find tutorials on how to do it on the internet. That's what I did. Honestly, that's how I found out how to do this. And this is just, it's a band-aid for a wound. And I believe that this isn't something that should have been released in this way. The game, once more, came out 20 plus years ago. I expect a fully realized version of the original game. And that's pretty much my biggest complaint. I hope that with part 2 and 3, before they release them, they do fix these changes, because honestly, this was pretty much released for your average gamer. You know, once more, when I say average gamer, I mean a gamer that doesn't deal with mods, you know, probably console players that play on PC here and there. This wasn't released for someone that knows how to go into like the source file of the game, and, you know, they know how to add all these different patches and mods and HD textures and things of that nature. This was pretty much made for the average Joe, right? The average person that just picks up a game and wants to play it. And that's all fine and dandy. And once more, the fact that I had to put the classic Rebirth patch to smoothen out the way the characters look and to also fix the skipping, I think it's a little bit insulting. You know, why should the fans have to worry with these additional concerns? I don't think this is something that should have come to pass. Now, I'm very thankful that Capcom and GOG got together and decided to release this version for all of us, because once more, if you never played the original games and you don't know how to mod and download the originals on PC, then you know what? You're in for a treat. Yes, you really are, because it is the actual game in its full entirety. It's not the director's cut where you hear that awkward music playing in the basement. You know what I mean? It's actually the game itself. But what I would like to see, and I'm hoping that they take feedback, is that they fix this. Fix these patches. You don't have to add the seamless HD textures. You don't have to do that. You know, that was like a fan project and it looks really good. And that's currently how I've been playing the game, to be perfectly honest with you. But I have no issue with playing it the way it was meant to originally be played. I just don't want the game to skip. I think that's silly. I think that's reductive. Why would this have been released in this way? That's really my biggest complaint. Outside of that, you know, if you bought the game for like $10 and you decided to buy the bundle, which is like $25, then you save $5, and you know what? You get yourself an amazing trilogy of games. I'm just hoping once more that before part 2 and 3 are released, they do the bare minimum to fix this skipping issue that shouldn't be happening on any kind of modern PC. Okay. I don't even think it should be happening on an older PC. If you're playing on a PC that's like 5 or 6 years old, it should still be running flawlessly, honestly. Now, with that said, I think I've come to the end of this video. My voice isn't fully recovered yet, and I probably sound like crap, and my thoughts are not well put together because, again, I'm still recovering. But I did want to get this out there. I wanted to get my thoughts out there. So let me know what you all think, okay? Do you think that GOG should do their due diligence and make sure that they release a fully realized version of the game? Would you like them to add the seamless HD textures? Do you want them to create their own HD textures? That'd be awesome, right? Let me know in the comments below. And if you feel like you've gained any value from this video, please feel free to like, comment, share, subscribe, do the damn thing and help a brother out. I'm trying to grow this channel. With that said, you've all been awesome. And don't ever, ever let anyone tell you different. Signing off.